Well, I didn't want it to make a video about this. I certainly didn't want it to bring up what everybody was bringing up in terms of negativity. And I certainly didn't want it to have to re-explain this again. I did this quite some time ago when Nintendo started to abuse ContentID from YouTube. But because of some policy change now that apparently was going to get enforced later next year. They say January, I'm not sure. They enforced it now. It took absolutely everybody by surprise. And they're all getting flagged with ContentID copyright strikes. Not a copyright strike per se, it's like if you get the 3 strikes you're out sort of deal. There's just ContentID, for those of you who don't know, it's supposed to be some kind of a bullcrap automated system that if you are a partner with YouTube, you turn on, and what it is they explained to me what it was, and in the Nintendo video that I did, it explains that it's like if a piece of content, like say like this, has in a video like a piece of audio, a piece of video, it has sort of like a digital footprint. Companies give about tons upon tons upon tons of these so that the YouTube automated system detects them. And then from there, YouTube automatically detects your content and detects that you are using third party. And basically from there, you have to acknowledge that you are using content that doesn't belong to you, and basically you lose monetization of that video, even though you did it, even though the company that created the game didn't say anything before. They didn't do anything on their end. They can just take your ad revenue. Now, this doesn't affect me directly or the gaming channel itself, because I mean, I'm just one guy just giving my opinion. I'm not making any money out of this. This is just me making YouTube videos. Would I like someday to get partnered? I would like that. I would like that very much someday. I mean, I would like maybe to join a network next year. Maybe Fullscreen would like someone like me doing, you know, game rants and impressions of stuff like VGX. But the main story about this is that tons upon tons of content creators are getting slashed with these copyright claims, and they're seeing their livelihood suddenly just flashing before their eyes. Now, the reason that I am upset about this is because I just think this entire thing is just one big heist, one big ploy, one big plot to try to get money they didn't earn. I mean, I'm talking about the publishers and the game companies. And just taken away from people like Total Biscuit, Pro Jared, a bunch of others have gotten suddenly hit with video after video after video in their list. They're looking down the list and they're seeing that little link down below, and then there's the text. Some of them are just downright erroneous. So they have to each go through the task of one by one clicking on that thing. It'll show you what it is. And you got two choices from there. You could dispute it, or you have to accept that, yes, you use a piece of content that didn't belong to you, and that basically means that you have acknowledged the use of third-party copyright. Now, granted, what a lot of people don't seem to realize or care about is that this is fair use. When you take a piece of content that doesn't belong to you, you could use it without the fear of getting hit with something as a copyright strike because you are doing commentary or you're using it for satirical purposes. You are not in the purpose of just taking and reproducing the content and just making like say if I were to get a copy of The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug before the movie is even out, and I start distributing it and making money off of it, that is a copyright violation. If I show the trailer of the movie, and I'm talking about the trailer, and I'm talking about it, and I'm commentating over it, that shouldn't be a copyright violation. But that's what's happening for the gamers. I'm actually a lot more upset than what I'm projecting. I guess it's probably because I was at my friend Noah and Ann's house and I just raged on, and I just felt so like I can do these videos. It almost felt like it was almost pointless of doing these videos. I mean, look at how far we've come in over the last couple of months. We went from things being a little to Google Plus taking over your comment system and having to integrate Google Plus into your stuff, messing up the comment system, and now look at what we're dealing with now. I mean, at least before, it just made things a little difficult, but now it's just gone to the point where it's just really ridiculous. And I don't blame the game companies directly, but I feel as though they do not understand. I mean, this isn't done by the game companies. This is done by the ContentID system, but it's their call to do it. You know what you're doing? You know what you are doing? You are basically telling me, even though I bought the game, even though I purchased your product with my money, if I record content and I put it over a video and I want to show you all how awesome this game is, you're gonna slash my ad revenue because I'm using your product? It's really just, it's a heist. It's a scam, in my opinion. They're not doing this because they care about copyright or DMCA or the rights that they own the product. You know why? Because it didn't bother them before. It didn't bother them before. It bothered them because these people, these YouTubers like PewDiePie, JonTron, Gerard the Completionist, the people up at Continue, Far From Subtle, the ones that are doing video games are awesome. Every single person that uses game content as fair use to create their own opinions and show people what they think of the video game. These companies are taking their money away. It's almost like you're being forced into a subscription fee. Except you're not getting anything out of it. See, if you pay an MMO a monthly, fee, it's for maintenance of a server. And I guess you can understand is like they want to create new content. But what are you getting from getting ContentID detection? You lose your copyright. You lose the ability to gain money from that video, and they get your ad revenue. So they allow you to keep the video as a compensation package. You did the video. It's kind of unfair. We don't want to just make you take down the video because you worked hard on it. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let you keep it, except you don't get any money out of it. I mean, that's what they're saying, you know? That's why Nintendo got in trouble in the first place. Nintendo thought that was a brilliant idea, even though they're not losing any money. I mean, the people that are getting hit with these are losing money. They are losing the ability to be able to do their craft. And this will instill fear on that, because who wants to do videos when they're scared that a company is going to hit them with a copyright strike? Total Biscuit had to deal with this with a game called Infestation. Gary's Day One, I think. I think that's what it's called. The company, even though they gave him a review copy, even though they made an agreement that he was going to get, he understood that he was going to get paid to do this, and in return, people were going to know about this game. There was agreement, and also they had permission, the blessing of the president of that company in their Steam page, that it showed you that anybody could do YouTube videos on the game. And just because he didn't like the game, the president of the company got butthurt and decided to claim a copyright strike. And then apparently they claimed that he didn't know, that he didn't know about the whole thing, about he was going to be getting paid and blah blah blah, and they gave him a copyright strike and they had to make him take the video down. See, these ContentID copyright claim warnings is not the same as a copyright strike. You can have hundreds of these and I don't think you'll get your channel breaking down. You take 3 copyright strikes and bam, you're out. It's like you end up in jail. Your channel is closed, your videos are gone, and that is it. Your job at YouTube is over. You spend hundreds upon hundreds of hours, maybe hundreds and thousands of dollars building up your equipment, and there, it's all gone. Because the company didn't feel as though you deserve to get paid to use their content. I mean, it's stupid. Let me put it in an even better example. Let's pretend that, let's put it to you this way. This is coming out of my head. So let's say I want to draw something on these brand new Strathmore Bristol pads. Okay. Strathmore has done the pad. You bought it. You drew, and that's it. The service that they did was they created the pad and you purchased it at a store. How pissed do you think artists would get if they started getting copyright claims of people mentioning that they did stuff with Bristol? With Strathmore Bristol. Just because your videos are getting attention, suddenly Strathmore felt the need to make money off of your video, even though they're not hurting and you're not doing videos to promote their product. I mean, I told you it was a whack example. I'm just thinking these out of my head, but that's kind of like a whacked up kind of version of what I'm trying to say. Video game companies want to get the credit of videos they didn't make, and they use the argument, just because the game wasn't made by you, and that we worked so hard to make this game, we're entitled. You guys, the stupidity that you guys are capable of saying sometimes, I almost wonder how you guys even make video games. Think of this. If ad companies are paying a YouTuber and you're not hurting from this, how is that YouTuber showing your content for free hurting you? How is Nintendo hurting? I know Nintendo's hurting themselves because they're incapable of doing anything new or exciting. They update the stuff they already have. They please a core audience, and they're perfectly fine with this. They believe that they're okay. But somehow they also think that they're entitled of getting your money. Money that does not belong to them. It belongs to you, the YouTuber, only because you, the YouTuber, used their content. That's just retarded. I'm sorry to use the word retarded, but that's just... You see why it sounds like it's a crime, almost? I mean, how does a person that wants to get partners should feel if I have a gaming channel like this? Am I gonna be concerned about this? It just boggles my mind. It really just puts me at a position where I just don't even have any faith in YouTube. Imagine what the people that are making money must be feeling. Imagine Angry Joe, who, with his 1 million subscribers, he gives free advertisement. He does these videos because he likes them. He realizes that not only does he like doing these videos, but he also makes money off of doing these videos. This is his livelihood. And companies are trying to take away his money because he's using their product even though they are not paying him. It's like they see a good thing, so they're going to take advantage of it. I said in my Nintendo rant about the ContentID system that I thought that Nintendo did this because they were struggling with the Wii U. And I'm dead honest certain that's why they did it. Because it didn't bother them before. I mean, when the Wii sales were dwindling, they didn't go like that. They noticed that when the Wii U sales were not. I mean, when the Wii was on its way out, nobody complained. But now that the Wii U started like not doing so good, their fault, they figured, you know, why should a YouTuber showing our content make all of this money when we need it? So that's easy. We'll just claim that he's using our content, and then we'll just have that video become our video. And somehow Nintendo thought that was fair. Somehow Nintendo thought people like Nintendo Capri Sun, Dark Minded Sith, the Yogscast, and dozens, even hundreds of Let's Players that are partnered will be feeling this clash now. Unfairly. Yes, the content is not owned by them. But if they acquire the copies from you, which a couple of people have been getting the same strikes, like Machinima, who I hear they get copies sent to them in order to do videos on, they're getting hit with ContentID strikes as well. Like I said, this isn't the companies going and hitting that button, but all they needed was to hit one, and then that's it. They don't even have to do anything. That's the beauty of this entire situation for them. They don't even have to do anything. They're making money off of YouTube videos they didn't make. The advertising is absolutely costing them nothing, and they're making a profit out of it. It's amazing, actually. It's kind of like a scam. Sounds like a scam. It really does. I mean, they're claiming the copyright, and they can claim the copyright So instead of just taking the video down, they want to take advantage of this Content ID system. It's amazing. It baffles me how people think this is okay. There's not a single person that's going to think this is okay, except the game companies that are saying that, no, we just want people to understand that if they want to use our product, they're using product that doesn't belong to them. It's wrong. It's not right. It's not right. Now, I want you to keep this in mind. Publishers. I'm talking to you right now. You know what's going to happen? If you don't let YouTubers show content, well, that's okay. All they'll do is cover games from people that they do want to cover. You want to slap a Content ID for using a game that belongs to EA? EA doesn't want you to show your game? That's fine. I'm sure the people that created games on Steam, good old games, independently owned games, I'm sure that they would love some of these YouTubers to do videos because it's a quid pro quo. They get views and ad revenue, you get free promotion, people know about your game, ergo, people buy your game, they endorse your game, they tell people where to get it, they tell people how to play it. They sometimes interview you as well. They are doing something of a service. It's a service. They're doing a service for you. And this is how you repay them? This is how you thank them for all those sales. I mean, granted, they're not all responsible for every single sale that you guys have done. You guys have wonderful PR as well. And marketing, you know, seriously, you guys can go balls to the wall crazy sometimes. But nowadays, in the age of the internet, in an age where YouTube is the go-to place to catch web content these days, you know that if people want to find out about a game, odds are they're going to go to YouTube. So if you don't want to see more YouTubers drop game companies at the drop of a hat, if you don't want Total Biscuit or Jim Sterling or people from Polaris to stop talking about your games, then I suggest you cut this shit out. You are not doing yourself any favors by doing this. You are hurting yourselves. Independent companies that kill themselves to be as successful as a AAA title will gain advantages from this because they want to cover those games, and the companies that do those games want people to know they exist. I honestly don't understand why this... It's kind of like talking to a brick wall at this point. I don't think that this is going to change anything. I really don't. I think this is going to be just like the Google Plus thing. I think that people are just going to have to accept that. But this is coming from my friend Anne. And I'm quoting her. I'm not quoting her directly because I'm not sure exactly what she said, but she did bring one interesting point. If your service doesn't allow these content creators to talk about games and get paid for it, they will find somewhere else to do it. And then more people will start to leave, and then more and more and more. And I think you guys will be fine. But trust me, you guys are losing a lot of money. You guys are losing a lot if you keep doing this. Because let's just say one day PewDiePie, your #1, your top subscriber, your big guns. This is like your Zeus cannon from the Spirits Within. This is your top dog at YouTube. Let's say you start hitting him with these copyright claims. How scared would you be if he said, I'm sorry, I'm going to go to Dailymotion. I'm going to go somewhere else, and they will appreciate me. The ad revenue is coming with me as well. Because you know why? Because I would rather get paid to do what I love to do with no problems than getting your money stolen from someone that claims that you're not entitled to do it because it doesn't belong to you. Just disgusting. It's pitiful. It's stupid. But I hope that people do catch up to this. I hope that this ends and gets resolved in a way so that it allows them to still do videos. Because if there's one thing you need to understand, Google, YouTube, and game publishers and companies that are enforcing this Content ID on these people, is that they might not have the traditional job, but they're putting their effort, their lives, their blood, their sweat, and their tears to give you guys something that you guys love to watch. And in return, they are reaping the rewards. They're getting paid to do something they love. And you're threatening to take that away from them because you're jealous and because you want more money. I don't buy this bull crap about it being about copyright laws or copyright rights. No. You had plenty of opportunity to care about that. And then you can't go around and say you suddenly care. No. You start doing that to them, they'll stop talking about your games. And then, that's it. You're actually going to have to put some real effort to get people to know about your games. So, like I said, this doesn't affect me, at least not yet, because I'm not making money off of these videos. This is just me sitting and rambling and then just talking about what I feel. But I would like, at the very least, if you guys can just let us know what entails, what makes it a copyright violation. You do that, and I guarantee you the YouTubers will not like it, but at least they know what to expect, how to avoid these. It's all under fair use, and you don't care. But hey, that's okay. It's like I said, you restrict them some more, they'll just be happily to cover games that game companies want you to cover. So, but hey, for those YouTubers that are getting those IDs, that stuff happening to them with the copyright, you know, I do hope that you guys can find a light at the end of this dirty, shitty tunnel. And I hope that there is a solution in the future, because if there isn't, I don't see how YouTube's gonna be okay. It's not okay now, but anyway, guys, that's it. Thank you all for watching, and you'll have yourselves a good day. Peace out, guys.